1 minute remaining in practice. Thank you. Practice is now over. Please prepare to deliver your last stone draw. Please deliver your last stone draw in a clockwise rotation. Please deliver your last draw in a clockwise rotation. Second practice will begin shortly. You may slide.
When you buy a lottery ticket in Saskatchewan, your money really goes a long way. More than 12,000 sport, culture, and recreation groups receive funding from Sask Lotteries every year. Everyone wins.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
Well, good afternoon, folks, from the Swift Current Curling Club here in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. We have the 2024 Curlcast Mixed Doubles Provincials coming right at you here. The teams have all finished their practices. We've all gone the last draws to the button. We are in for a beauty. Just giving you an update of some of the other matches out on the ice. Barber Height and Inglot Snyder should be a heater, as well as the Bukarak Springer combo. And in our featured game, we got Chantel Hoag and Josh Bryden, fresh off an early win earlier this afternoon. And they're going to be in tough today. They're up against Steve Laycock and Nancy Martin, and my goodness, there's a lot of experience amongst those two. So we should be in for a treat. We should be in for a good game out here. Kick things off. My name's Chris Heikert. I am the general manager of the curling club here, and I drew the short straw. Or you drew the short straw, shall we say. You're stuck listening to me babbling a bit while we talk a little mixed doubles curling and kick back and enjoy an evening together. So Chantel and Bryden will have the hammer in this first end. That's due to their last rock shootout. A little different what you see across the different sheets, whether some people hold the broom, some people sweep, some sweep their own rocks, some throw it no broom. All types of different strategies out here. But you can see the 7-time provincial champion Steve Laycock elects to throw and sweep his own stones. Steve's quite fortunate in the men's team game. He has two of the best sweepers in the world scrubbing his brushes and his rocks up front, so he's quite fortunate. We're in for a heater here, folks, right off the hop. As always, they start with that center guard and a rock back button. And these teams are electing to go right at it. This mixed doubles typically always seems to be a race to control the top of that forefoot. Oh, clear the women and children, folks. We got a red rocket flying through the rings here. That was definitely an unforced error by Mr. Bryden. Steve Laycock. Sounds like he don't mind that call. But when there's a juicy double to lie 3 all buried, he's not going to miss this one too many times. Unless you throw it like that. My goodness. Well, I guess I'm a bit in left field because that was exactly what he was playing. Great shot by Laycock there to clear those two yellows out and leave them lying one tucked half behind that center guard. Steve playing the draw around the center guard to the top of the 8-foot, and he makes a ring-a-ding dandy. It appears yellow is lying two without hammer here in the first end. One thing that's nice about the ice here in Swift Current, plenty of curl and very conducive to high percentage shot making. It just seems like any shot's available. Josh Bryden electing for the run back. And you know, real good chance if you hit this just on the low side, all three yellows could disappear. Gets rid of a little bit of harm, but still leaves Laycock lying one. Wide open here though. And now it's decision time for Laycock and Martin. Do you hit that wide one and force the draw to the 4-foot? Or do you really come after them and put some pressure on? Tap your rock back to the button. So they threw the guard up, and Bryden has the option to make a run back for two or draw the 4-foot. It appears Chantel and Josh have elected to draw the 4-foot for their 1 point. See if they can get out of this end. Up on the scoreboard. Always a good idea to be leading. Just a nice, easy, gentle dusting. Splits the tee line. Red gets their 1 point in the first end. It's 1-0. We'll be back after this short break.
Hi there, Jim Hale for S3 Air Systems. Today we're going to talk about their new product, UFO Aeration. Here you can see the completed, durable, powder-coated steel frame construction and the large mega louvered design that allows 4 times more airflow than traditional steel louvered designs. Here I'm just bolting the stage halves together. You can see how the components lock together with just a counterclockwise twist for different aeration needs where you can add and remove stages. Just remember that once there's grain in the bin, you can't change how many stages are in it. Please empty the bin before you change the number of stages.
Alrighty, folks, we see Steve waddling down the ice. It appears we're going to have some action this end as well, too. Steve Laycock electing to, for the most part, sweep every single rock for their team. Tell you what, Steve's definitely an excellent sweeper for being a skipper. Utilizing the Eugene Ritzik tactic of trying to make a rock carve. If you've never heard Eugene Ritzik explain his philosophies on how to make a rock curl or hold it straight, if you have a couple hours, you should definitely ask him. I'm sure he would love to fill you in and let you know. He's done a lot of work with sweeping over the years, university studies, trying to determine the most effective way to brush a stone. Looking to weld one on top of their own red, but it slips a little bit too deep. It leaves yellow in the back, second shot. Looking like some heavy bickering going on in the back. Nothing wrong with a little bickering. As long as you're doing the best you can to get the best results from your teammates. He's looking to lock an in-turn draw onto the red shot rock in the back of the button. Absolute pistol from Steven. Makes a guy wonder where the heck that was a couple weeks ago. Old Stevie glues one to the red for shot rock right on the button. Josh Bryden electing the outturn freeze. You make a good freeze here, and it could potentially take away the whole end. Josh slips a little bit too deep, opening the door for old Steve-O to throw the exact same shot. Lock a freeze on. Maybe bump them all an inch or two and really put the screws to Chantel and Josh. Old Stevie here, you can tell he's into his processes and procedures. He goes through the same routine every single shot. Line's pretty good on this one if he didn't yank the chain. Absolute pistol from old Stevie. Looks like he saved his best curling this month of February for February 15th to 18th down here in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. How many viewers do we have out there watching? You know what? Send me a text message. I don't think the live chat, I believe it's disabled for this game. But my number is 750 Ray Bork, Wayne Gretzky. Send me a text message. Let me know where you're watching from. And let me know who I'm babbling to tonight as we watch this high-profile game here in Swift Current at the 2024 Saskatchewan Mixed Doubles Championships. Starting to get a pile of rocks into that 4-foot and 8-foot area. Alrighty, folks. Don't worry about sending me a text. It looks like on the Curling Zone feed, the chat is open. Come on there, send me a message, say hi, ask any question you want. I'll give you the inside scoop on all these curlers. No bad questions. Let's have some fun tonight. Yellow with a pile of good angles there. Everything going back onto those red ones. Chantel and Josh are in a little bit of heat here with one rock remaining. Old Steve-O with the opportunity to throw the same shot 3 times. He made them all quite nice, and sometimes you got to take your lumps. If you can get away with only giving up a deuce here, you consider yourself lucky. I believe only Curling Zone subscribers are able to send messages in the chat. But maybe the boys will open that up to anyone able to send the chat. Would love to have a chat with some of our viewers tonight. Chantel with the intern here. Seeing if they can draw the side of the button. Racks on the guard and just spills off. It looks like Nancy Martin will have a shot for 3, whether they elect the out-turn draw with backing or the in-turn tap back. Lot of discussion here. Hello, Anita from Winnipeg Beach, Manitoba. I was going to take a rip at pronouncing your last name there, but I better play this one safe. And we got Tammy. I'll stick with Tammy from Yuma, Arizona, folks. Tuning in from down in the desert to check this action. Nancy Martin, last shot, second end. Looking to play an in-turn tap back for 3 points and kind of take command of this curling game. Old Stevie on the brush. Flip-flopping around. Weight looks nice. Now, did they get it in there for third shot? I do not think so. Now, I could be wrong, but I've actually never been wrong. The one time I wasn't actually really wrong. I was just mistaken. I'm going to go on a limb and say she's 2 yellow. And Bryden and Hoag will be quite happy to only give up a deuce there because things were not shaping up pretty for them. Looks like we might be getting the zebras. The officials out to come give us a measure. Cast your votes on the chat, folks. Is it red? Is it yellow? I'm willing to put a cold beverage on the line. Says red is closer than the yellow. Any takers? There she is, folks. You got time to run to the fridge, grab a cold original 16, and I'll see you right back here right after the break.
Well, what do y'all think? Too blue? Not blue enough? Try this.
Makes your eyes pop.
This could be our best yield yet.
And didn't we get this seed at a great financing rate?
Yeah, we did.
Iced tea? Great idea. Let's talk more about next year.
I got some thoughts.
And I've got some numbers.
Nutrient Financial, financing that's in the field with you.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
done hacking up a lung. And we are back. Third end. Chantel with another absolute rocket to the back of the rings. Not exactly what she was looking for. Right out of the gate, opening up an opportunity for Laycock to put some early heat on them here in the third end. Tammy, hopefully you're still tuned in. Excellent guess with the red. You and I, both winners. Our gal Anita from Winnipeg Beach, Manitoba. Well, she did not weigh in, so we're going to have to assume that she thought yellow was closer. Laycock going pillar to post on this one, trying to get it by their yellow. Absolute pistol. Oh, Stevie. He's got that intern figured out. A little secret for all you folks. You want to force the boy to his out turn. As I tell you, aye, aye, aye. Josh Bryden coming with some heat here. He's going to make some rocks explode. All right, killed one of theirs, but also killed the one on the top. The one on the top of the 4-foot was really what was hurting them. So he'll be happy with that result. Crowd is filling up in the back, folks. Get down to the Swift Current Curling Club. Check out the 2024 Provincial Mixed Doubles Curling action. My name's Chris Heichert. You're stuck with me here for a few more ends anyways. They're playing 8 ends of play in these championships. And you know, I think we played 3 ends, and I think old Layhorn has played about 9 in-turn draws. Hasn't missed any of them either. Fella in the back there enjoying a bag of salt and vinegar chips. I could use some salt and vinegar chips. Josh Bryden's going to need to get some curl on this one. Looking for a little tap freeze. I would say that was a bit of a disaster. Leaves yellow line 2. Nancy Martin calling for a tight guard. Now, if it were me, and by no means do I know anything about this sport, but I'd come a little tighter than just a tight guard. Tight guard with this nice swing still keeps that rock in the top of the button accessible. I would almost come into the top of the 12-foot. Well, Layhammer's on the brush. He's going to try to get this as tight as he can. And we can mark that down as another in-turn made by old Stevie. Welcome, folks, if you're just tuning in. We have the number 12 ranked mixed doubles team in the world. Nancy Martin and Steve Laycock up against the up-and-comers, Josh Bryden and Chantel Hoag. Ranked 411th. I only think there's 412 teams in the mixed doubles. In any event, you're going to start from the bottom, move your way up to the top, and that's what Chantel and Josh intend to do. And why not do it against one of the Saskatchewan mixed doubles curling juggernauts, old Stevie Layhorn and Nancy Martin. Looking like Josh is going to come with the smoke here. Hit that red a hair high side and maybe blow up 2 or 3 yellows. That is a disaster, folks. If I were Stevie, I would wrap one frozen to your one on the top of the button, top of the forefoot. Really put the pressure on this young Hoag and Bryden team. Nancy Martin playing the out-turn draw to the top of the forefoot. We'll watch Stevie flip-flop back and forth here. Going with the Eugene Ritzik, gotta make it curl method. Well, old Bryden kind of looking for a way just to score a point here now. These juggernauts are really taking it to them. Over 100 people in total watching this game. We have it running on several feeds. Curling Zone is pushing this feed through their platform. You can find it on the Swift Current Curling Club's YouTube channel or Curl Sask feed. But the chat on the Curling Zone feed is open, and I would love to hear from you. Log on, folks. Say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. And you ask me any question you want to know about these curlers. As I'm sure you can tell by now, I think I have all the answers. So I have a great question from Tammy down in Yuma, Arizona. What is red on that rock that was at the 3 o'clock position? I'll tell you after the break.
Chantel, Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? Saskatchewan can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
At PharmaSave, we see you and we care. For prescriptions for common conditions, expert health advice, or support for life's little mishaps, come talk to your PharmaSave pharmacist.
Live well with PharmaSave.
This right here is time well spent. Why not pour yourself a smooth Saskatchewan-made Original 16? Warm up to the opportunity to seize the day.
Well, we are back, and I was asked a great question by Tammy Chachotko from down in Yuma, Arizona. She said, what is red on the top of that rock? And you guys can see the rock on the center line guard has something red on it. Matter of fact, if you look around the rink, the rocks in the corners have something black on them. The rock behind the button has something green on it. Several of these rocks, they have what's called a good old-fashioned ladies' hair tie. Now, what in the heck would we want to put colorful hair ties on these rocks for? Well, that's a great question. These rocks are used to signify which rocks they're going to be taking back and forth. So you'll see that red one, the yellow rock with the red thing. That one will go back and forth, and it'll be the rocks they use to set up each end. So they're not actually rocks that are being thrown. They're the rocks that you place initially. You'll see in the back corners the black scrunchies that are on the rocks. The black just signifies that those are the rocks, that end that you're not using, or that game that you're not using. So it's just to help these curlers make things a little easier. When there's 8 rocks in the corner, you don't know who's throwing what one goes where. By putting the scrunchies on there, it gives you a little bit better idea which rocks are not in use and which rocks are being used to place where. Oh, Stevie Layhorn and Nancy Martin have absolutely blown this game wide open with a steal of 4. She could be runaway train out here, folks. But one exciting thing about curling, not often is it Blanksville out here. Several rocks in play, every single end. In the mixed doubles format, if you blank an end, the hammer actually changes and turns over and the other team get it. So 0 advantage to blanking an end out here. So Jeffrey Chambers, welcome. He's tuned in. He's from Swift Current, Saskatchewan here. He is a golf pro at the Elmwood Golf and Country Club or Elmwood Golf Course. Elmwood's golf course is claim to fame. I believe it's one of the oldest golf courses in Saskatchewan. At one point he was a pro. Now I think he teaches lessons. But let me tell you folks, he's a professional of that as well too. He also has some of the nicest, curliest, most gel-filled hair of any man in the southwest corner of Saskatchewan. But I'd definitely throw a shout out to Jeff. He's instrumental around this club. He does lots of instructing. He coaches juniors, and he runs a top-tier Swift Slider program for teenage curlers wanting to make that next step. Matter of fact, a couple of his curlers are participating in the event this weekend. So hats off to Jeff for all the work he does with youth and developing them. Shirley, big hello from Winterpeg. Winterpeg, you must be a Bomber fan. We don't take kindly around here to them there Bomber fans. Teresa from Manitoba. Not Manitoba. I can't read. Montana. Teresa from Montana. Welcome from the United States of America. God bless. And Lynn from Victoria, out on the island. Geez, we're all over the map here, folks. We should be playing a drinking game while we watch this curling. Every time the announcer says something dumb, you take a sip. No, I didn't think so. You'd all be drunk by the end of this end. Why don't I quit babbling and actually pay attention to the game and fill you guys in on what's going on? We see the fella in the back there. He's done his salt and vinegar chips. At the speed he ate those, you know his tongue's got to be raw. Little Stevie directing traffic like an air traffic controller from the other end. Nancy Martin not quite buying it. Steve likes that in-turn draw. Well, when you're 9 for 9, you may as well keep rolling with it. The Piers, they are coming to an agreement on the in-turn draw or the in-turn tap. Well, Stevie Layhorn going with the in-turn. It appears that that's his preferred turn this game. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome Bryden Brickheim to the feed. Tuning in to watch his skipper in the men's game battle it out here. Now, I don't know about you, but that was pretty near disaster. The way those yellows are lined up, they might go through that hole. Chantel electing just for the soft weight, tap back and roll to the top of the button, and I think that's an excellent decision. Trying to get some curl out of it, Josh is. Red still lying 1. And that red rock up at the top that he just threw is sitting in not too bad of a position. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this opportunity to give a great big shout out to Curling Stadium. Curling Stadium is in over 20 different curling clubs across the world, including Europe, United States, Asia, Canada. In Saskatchewan, it's right here at home in the Swift Current Curling Club, and the second best curling club in this province, the Martensville Curling Club. And it's absolute wonders what Curling Stadium has done for curling, bringing it right to your doorstep, right into your house, so you can sit on the couch, whether you're from Montana, Winnipeg, Yuma, Arizona, or God knows why you'd be in Winnipeg Beach, but you can sit on your couch and you can catch all the action from the comfy of your own home. Curling Stadium, bringing curling to a device near you. Okay, there's my plug. Enough of that nonsense. Steve-O with the heavy clean here. I can hear Nancy bellowing from the glass here at the rink, so you knew that line was a little tight. She needed that one. She makes that tap back, and she's good nighty Irene. So there is a breath of life here for the Hoag Bryden tandem. I don't know, Steve. I think the front end on your men's team probably gets that rock by. My gal Teresa from Montana mentioning to the fine folks at Curling Stadium, they wish Curling Zone was covering the Scotties. Lots of folks outside Canada would love to tune in. Well, I'm going to throw this in your court, Curling Stadium. Definitely look into that. I do believe it is something they would love to do. And I do know they're working on expanding their platform worldwide and eventually getting some of the bigger events. So Chantel Hoag with the in-turn. Looking for the little angle tap. She's pillar to post out of her hand. A little too hard and that red squeezes through. It will be 1 point for Chantel and Josh against those Stevie Layhorn and Nancy Martin. We'll be back to have a little more fun right after this break.
New at Asham. Take your game to the next level with the Gushu Ultra Light. Equipped with our world-famous rotator disc system that attaches by Velcro, quickly and easily upgrade and replace your sliding platform. Check out our website at asham.com.
Here is what cowboy dreams are made of. Strong, calloused hands, open skies, the smell of leather and horses and sagebrush. It's getting off the road to explore, a chance to have a real Western experience. Hats, boots, and hard work. It's finding peace while connecting to the land and with those on the same adventure. Pull up a seat or get in the saddle in our living skies and Badlands. Saskatchewan.
This isn't just a beer. This is a double-aged, never-back-down, full-of-heart Western beer. This is a beer brewed by 16 guys who risked it all. Original 16. Underdogs since 1989.
Swift Current is great because everybody that we do business with, we know on some sort of personal level.
What I love about Swift Current is the vibrant arts and culture community.
I really like Swift Current. We are not a big city, but the size of the city is really good and we have everything.
Swift Current is a great sports town, great teams and great fans.
People say, good morning, hi, how are you, even though we don't know each other.
Back at the Swift Current Curling Club with a quick update for y'all. Gamble and the Doukhobor, Justin Keltoff 4-1 over Ingram and Tenantuit. You got Tessa Todd and Ethan Jones down 5-7 against Justin Guru. And you got the Kleider tandem up 5-0 over the Monty Mutlow twosome. You've got Brett Barber and Mitch Height. 3-1 over the Cougs, Michelle Inglot and Derek Snyder, her son. And the Bukarak versus Springer. Losers are probably getting divorced. Mind you, Springers are up, but I saw them playing the Cool Shots curling at the social here before this draw. And I tell you what, I thought there was a divorce in the making right on the Cool Shot table. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that couple as the weekend goes on.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
We feed the world with nutrient, and a large portion of what our job is to get fertilizer out with the carriers so they can get directed to the farms or to the different retail locations. We know that if we don't have the answer to something, we're not afraid to reach out because we have support from everyone. We've got a really good team behind us.
Viterra's world-leading, fully integrated agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply sustainable, traceable, and quality-controlled agricultural products. We'd like to recognize Viterra's ongoing support to curling in Saskatchewan through funding youth and school clinics, as well as other programs, and of course, the Women's Provincial Championship. Thank you, Viterra, for everything you've done and continue to do for curling in Saskatchewan.
New at Asham, the Helix Flynet and Express Ultralight, featuring our rotator disc system that attaches by Velcro. Quickly and easily upgrade and replace your sliding platform. Check out our website at asham.com.
Hi, I'm Shannon and we're here at the brand new Bike Tricks electric bike showroom in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. It's grand opening, so we're gonna head inside and talk to some Bike Tricks customers. Let's go.
I chose Bike Tricks because of the reputation. I know people who have Bike Tricks bikes, and I know that it's a local company, which I like to support local. They're great bikes.
Come down and see the team here. They're really a great team of people. Check out the bikes, go for a ride.
Alrighty, folks, and we are back. Stevie Layhorn and Nancy Martin with the hammer here, up 6-2, playing the fifth end. So we're halfway through this disastrous mess. Josh Bryden and Chantel Hoag will have an uphill battle here to claw their way back into this game. But definitely in the mixed game, plenty of opportunities to put lots of rocks in play and claw your way back in. It looks like Steve and Laycock elected to use the power play this end. And what the power play is each team gets one opportunity to not put the rocks in the center, but they can actually put them off to the wing, as you can see the two on the left. So they can put that in the hopes that the play goes towards the wing, and Hoag and Bryden just ignored that by throwing up some center guards and trying to bring the play back to the middle. Give a big shout out here. It looks like we got Braden Stewart tuned in to the feed, watching his old skipper, Stevie lay a bit of a beat down out here. Lynn Christoph, is that Josh, a grandson of Gary Bryden? Yes, it certainly is. So Josh is the son of Randy Bryden, one heck of a curler back in his day. Randy Bryden getting a little long in the tooth these days. Randy is the son of Gary Bryden, speaking of long in the tooth. So a whole family of excellent curlers there. Generations of talent. Little tickle on the guard there. But that's okay, that's okay. The container guy. Look at that. Even the teams are able to put their sponsors onto this feed to show some support. You know, curling and curlers and curling events and curling organizations, they can't survive without the support and the partnerships of businesses. So thank you to the container guy for your support of whether it's curlers, curling organizations, curling clubs. And if you're interested, you can sponsor curling commentators. I promise you, with a little bit of sponsorship, I will use the money to take some schooling so that I don't sound like such a doorknob while I'm on here. Okay, folks, in the chat quickly, does Steve hit this port or not? I will go on a limb. I've seen this outturn before. It ain't pretty. And say absolute no chance he finds that port. Get your votes in the chat right now, folks. We got some original 16s on the line. Stevie pops up to sweep it before he even let the rock go. Typically not a good sign. And he just kisses the one. Rolls out. I guess he did kill a guard, but that was not what he was looking for, and it enables the Hoag Bryden tandem to put a little heat on the Layhorn Martin squad. Well, I don't know who this Bryden Brickheim is that's tuning in and commenting, but he guessed that if Steve misses that port, it would be on the wide side, and he couldn't be any more correct. It's almost like he's seen that floating out turn in the past. We got Pogo getting involved in the game. I see lots of smiles out there. Jan Pogo, the head official here for this event. An absolute wonderful lady. And if I was ever going to have someone babysit my children, she would be the lady I would choose. Just a wonderful, wonderful lady. Buddy in the back looking like he needs another bag of salt and vinegar chips. Chantel Hoag with her last one here in the fifth end. Trying to come around and tap hers right to the pinhole and make it really tough for Nancy Martin to score. And I don't think she got second shot, but it's an absolute pistol anyways. Not much options for the Layhorn Martin squad to score. Stevie looking at the yellow slash. Although I don't know if he realizes just how thin that is. You need a third of a rock or thinner to nut that puppy on that red one. And if I were a gambling man, which I'm not, but if I were, I'm going to go on a limb and say the yellow one makes contact with that red but rolls out. And it'll be a steal of one. The one red one in the top of the rings. These are just thinner than a person thinks. Third to a quarter. And poor Nancy hits a half here. What an absolute heater from Nancy Martin for 1 point. She threw the perfect weight for that shot and made an absolute pistol to go up 7-2 through 5 ends of play. I'm Chris Heichert, and we'll be back right after this break. Don't run away.
There's no doubt running any kind of farm comes with day-to-day challenges. We built a new facility 2 years ago. Technology has totally revolutionized dairy farming. Fast Milk gives us the tools to provide high quality standard of milk, making sure our equipment is all well taken care of, make sure that those animals are housed and cared for appropriately. They continue to push us with their standards to make sure that it just gets better and better.
New at Asham. Whether you're in the hack or kicking back, live it in style in the new Throwin' Stones line exclusively by Asham. Curling is more than a sport, it's a lifestyle. Check out our website at asham.com.
When you buy a lottery ticket in Saskatchewan, your money really goes a long way. More than 12,000 sport, culture, and recreation groups receive funding from Sask Lotteries every year. Everyone wins.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back, but I'm not sure the curlers were. It was looking pretty quiet down at that end of the ice. It appears Hoag and Bryden are using their power play here in the sixth end. Nancy Martin electing to try to knock that corner guard into the rings. And she bonks it on the nose. Not sure if that's a good shot or not. It almost takes away that corner guard where she ended up. So, is 2 enough? Do you go for the junior deuce if you're Chantel and Josh and just split the rings? Take the junior deuce? I'm not sure 2 points is enough. I think you got to play the intern come around. Try to generate a couple, 3, 4 points here. Josh going pillar to post on this one. Got to get by the guard. And he does. Now does it stop in time? Stop in time? It does. There it is. Count them up. 1, 2. And in normal people language, that means he's lying 2. Pistol of a shot by Chantel. And now old Stevie. Don't know what he's got up his sleeve, but it's an outturn. And we all know what happens with these outturns. Get your votes in quick on the chat on Curling Zone, folks. Airmail, or he makes the shot. I'm going to say he makes this one. He's due. Just like the Blue Jays play the due factor. They're due to win a game. Steve's due to make an outturn. Well, the due factor can only get you so far. Actually, I think Stevie might have made that. That might have been what he was playing. But there is no chance I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on making that shot. So we're going to pretend like he was trying to get by the guard and hit those back ones, and he just racked. Zeros. This is a good situation for Josh Bryden to guard, and I believe that's what he's going to do. Handmade sculptures and unique cake toppers. My custom cake toppers. Thank you for your support of these curling teams. And if you're interested, you could support my waistline by donating a cake my direction. Stevie coming with the heat with negative ice. Trying to hit this rock an inch on the low side, roll to the center, and run it back and splash all those out of the rings. There's a chance every single red could fly after this shot. But the only thing red I see flying might be that red ball cap on Steve when he sets this one back a little bit too far. Oh, Steve-O, it's a beauty. I just might not be giving this fella enough benefit of the doubt. You know what? A guy should try to curl with that guy. That fella's going places. Making absolute pistols out here. Well, there is that yellow rock in the top 12, and you're to the point now where you almost have to utilize it as a guard. I'm afraid I'm with Chantel on this one. You might have to in-turn draw around that corner guard and like 2 back there. But as you can see, those Steve-O's come to play. Spreading your red ones around might be the play here. Folks, not sure if you're aware, but the winner of the 2024 Saskatchewan Mixed Doubles Provincial Championships here in Swift Current, Saskatchewan will win the right to represent Saskatchewan March 17th to 22nd at the Aiken University Center at the University of New Brunswick and the Capital Winter Club in Fredericton, New Brunswick. That is only 30 days, 11 hours, 49 minutes away from right now. And you can better believe it, these teams are in the hunt, wanting to wear the green and white and represent Saskatchewan at that event. And you got an old Stevie Leichlong here, Nancy Martin, they certainly will want to put their name on the trophy and head off to New Brunswick. Stevie getting on the brush here. I tell you what, folks, this Laycock fella, this boy can play. Making absolutely everything out here. It definitely seems like Steve is able to put a team on his back and carry them places. He's done it time and time again in the men's scene. Back when he was curling with the Myers brothers. Kirk Myers, one heck of a mixed doubles player as well. Playing with Laura Crocker-Walker. And I believe they've already pre-qualified for the National Championships in New Brunswick. Not too bad of a shot. Red is line 1, and they got some options here. Steve-O's going to have a backup. That red hat's about to fly. I seen it almost come off. There's a few cherries accumulating in the rings here. But with the 7-2 cushion, fella in the background there, you gotta think he's gonna need a bottle of water here. There's only so much salt and vinegar chips one tongue can take. Folks, if you're watching on Curling Zone and you are a subscriber, send me a message. Say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're not a subscriber, well, then I suggest you subscribe so that we can have a visit. Well, I'm sure the next shot Steve about to throw is coming, but Christmas is coming too. Holy moly, make a decision. 5-point lead. Come on, Stevie. You're killing us viewers here. The lady from Yuma, she's going to have had enough. You're just going to be left with Montana and Winnipeg Beach watching you curl out here. Looks like the tandem has made their decision on what they would like to do. Young lady down in Yuma, she probably made her decision what to do. It might have been to peace on out of here after that long wait. Holy moly. Yuma, are you still here? Steve-O started off pillar to post. He eases up. Well, I'm not a very good mouth reader, and I'm glad this feed is in about 420p and not 1080p, because I'm certain it wouldn't have been tough to read the words that came out of old Stevie's mouth after that rock rack. That's the beauty of this curling, folks. You're never out of it. 4 balls aplenty. And Chantel has a nose hit or a hair inside nose to score a 4-ball and get right back in this puppy. I'd like to thank Curling Zone for answering questions that were directed towards me. But Tammy asks, how many ends do they play? These are 8 end games. 8 end games here. This is the 6th end, 2 ends left. Plenty of curling, plenty of rocks to come, plenty more original 16 beverages to drink. Original 16 is a huge sponsor of curling here in Saskatchewan, and specifically at the Swift Current Curling Club. Well, I don't think you know to throw a rocket ship at this, but if you had about a hack waiter, board waiter, and hit her a sliver on the inside, quite confident you're going to like the result. Chantel's goosing it. Oh, disaster. I think they only got the one. Nose hit for a potential 4-ball, but they will be forced to one. It is 7-3 after 6 ends of play here in Swift Current, where the people aren't so swift, nor are they current, Saskatchewan. We'll be back after this bad joke and short break.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
At Viterra, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Well, folks, pitter patter, let's get at her. Center guard, back button. That's how every end starts here for the most part. Chantel Hoag puts one on the top of the button. Excellent shot. Stevie waddles on down. I believe Nancy is going to try to move that guard if possible. My mistake, not moving the guard, just electing to lock a yellow one on that red. Gives a little tap back. Sits for shot rock. Chantel not wanting to hit. They're down a mittful. They need rocks in play. As you can see on your screen there, folks, big thank you to Saskatchewan for being the title sponsor of Curling Stadium all throughout Saskatchewan. Martensville Curling Club, Swift Current Curling Club, and maybe in your home curling club too. Reach out to Curling Stadium, Curling Zone, or myself, and I'll let you know all the ins and outs of this live streaming feed and how it can turn your curling club around. Question from my gal Tammy, will Swift Current be sponsoring any big events in the 24-25 season? The 23-24 season was one heck of a season. As you can see on the live stream, the Canadian Mixed Curling Championships were held at our club. Top mixed teams from around Canada all came down to Swift Current, with the Saskatchewan team winning in their home province the right to represent Canada in Scotland next October. That was a big event. But one of their most notable events the Swift Current Curling Club puts on is the Western Showdown. This year was one of the largest international World Curling tournaments on the season, with over $100,000 up for grabs in prize purse. You had your Nicholas Sedins, your Kevin Cooies, your Yannick Schwallers, your Steve Layhammers. And on the women's side, you had multiple world champion Elena Petz and Tiranzoni. Anna Hasselberg was here for the Western Showdown. But that's not the question you asked, was it, Tammy? The question you asked was, will there be any big events in the 24-25 season at the Swift Current Curling Club? Well, I can assure you one thing, we will host the Western Showdown again. It will be bigger and it will be better than ever. Last year we had over 45 teams from over 16 different countries come to Speedy Creek here to test their luck. We have amazing world-class ice here at this curling club. Head ice technician Jason Broughton does an absolute marvelous job with the playing conditions here in Swift. One would argue the ice here is a little bit better than even the ice in Martensville, Saskatchewan, which is the home of the other location in this province that has the Curling Stadium live streaming functions. Big shout out to all ice makers everywhere for what you do for curling. Without you, we wouldn't have the amazing shot making that we have today. So ice making and ice technicians, have come a long ways from back to the natural ice days. It's an absolute science, and the Swift Current Curling Club certainly blessed to have one of the best head ice technicians in this province. Well, Josh Bryden here playing the little wiggle and roll. Not much of a wiggle or a roll. Old Stevie leaning on that in-turn draw of his to put some heat on. Big thank you to Athletic Home and Styles. That's out in Martensville, Saskatoon area. Unique handmade gifts right here in Saskatchewan. You can find them on Etsy. Tune in. Do me a favor. Please support these sponsors who support curling. Without them, there'd be no curling. And if we don't support them, there'll be no them. Well, Stevie should just give this one a light cleaning. He's kind of got that in-turn figured out. Alrighty, she's question and answer period here, folks. Send me a question on the chat on the Curling Zone feed, and we're going to get you the answers, and everything's on the table. You want to know what color Stevie's lucky skivvies are? Send the question in the chat. You want to know the curler Steve looks up to the most? Ask the question in the chat. What a nice guy that Steve-O is. Marking scores for the other team. Oh, Steve. Always so happy and smiling and exciting. And thoughtful for the other. That guy needs a bag of chips. Somebody get him some salt and vinegar chips. Maybe I need the salt and vinegar chips. Oh, I'm loving you on this feed tonight, Teresa. You're the only one asking me questions. The old Junior Deuce. Why is it called the Junior Deuce? Good question. I got no sniff. Here's my best guess at it. Junior curlers, junior curling. Oh, I can't even tell you the answer. The game's over. I got to wrap this bad boy up. Tell you what, folks. Promise me you'll be back to watch another feed. I promise you I'll be back on the mic. That is, unless I'm not fired after this game. We will have some fun, and I will answer your Junior Deuce question. But until then, I would like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight and watching old Layhammer lay the absolute hammer down on Josh Bryden and Chantel Hoag. It was fun. I've had some fun with you guys. Hopefully you got a laugh. My throat's getting sore. I talk too much. But I have a great voice for this radio and commentating, they say. Not voice, face. Great face for this. Bad voice. Anyways, we'll kick to some commercials. Thank you. And to all a good night. After I give you an update. Clyde are just laying the meat pumps to Montgomery and Mutlow. Justin Garreau absolutely thumping on the Todd Jones tandem. Dukabor in an absolute heater against Ingram and Tenachuik, 7-6. I might have to get off and go watch that puppy live. And then you got Lehorn Martin with the big win tonight on the live feed. Ladies and gentlemen, Height and Barber are up on Inglot. Bukarak Springers in a heater. Folks, I'm going to go get that gentleman a bag of salt and vinegar chips. I know he's looking for that, or a bottle of water. You take care. You have a good night. And come back and watch some more curling. My name's Chris Eichert, and I've had about enough. Take care and good night, folks.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.